We'll start off by what an atmosphere over here. Very appreciative of our fans. It felt like a home game, and that started with the hog walk, and we knew the significance of this game to the state of our great state, Arkansas. We knew the significance, and 130 years of playing, and we decided, now that we're going to play the game, and so we certainly had to be ready for the game, and I felt like we were. We got some things we've got to fix, but we got a lot of things that we're doing really good, and you guys will ask me questions, but I do. There's a couple things that I was really pleased with, and I know you're going to ask me about Talon. You're going to ask me about the offense. You're going to ask me about a lot of different things. But our second offense came in there on the 1 yard line and went 99 yards, and I was so pleased with that effort. I thought it was great. And then our second defense at the end, we had a fourth down stop, and then they didn't score at the end. Now they were trying to run the ball out and trying to run the clock. Have a lot of respect for Coach Jones and their program. But those were two things I was really, really proud of when our seconds got in there and they played ball. And they took advantage of their situation and their opportunity. And I'm really happy that we won and looking forward to the bus ride home. But y'all got something to ask me, go ahead.
Talon question. What do you think about his performance? Strong start, a little bit of a lull, great legs the whole time, and finished really strong.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not perfect, a lot of times we'll think about, the two picks, obviously, but it wasn't like it was a tip ball, you know what I mean? And ball went up in the air or anything. So obviously we got that, corrected with his eyes and where to go with the ball after that, after the second quarter, I guess is when it was. But he was outstanding with his legs. When he takes off, you just know you're going to get a first down, and then what happens after that is gravy. He got passes tonight again, or I don't know how many, but Kyle told me it was 8, and protection was great. We didn't have, I don't know that he got hit, and I don't know that he had to scramble much. So the protection was good. I bet you our average per carry was high. I think Mike had about 13 and Talon had 16 on average. So Rodney averaged 6, and yeah, it was high. And so I'm proud of the way our guys are catching the ball for Talon too. Right before we scored, CJ caught a contested, got rocked on third down and caught a contested pass. And I think maybe the next play, Raylan was wide open down the middle. But the receivers are really catching the ball for him. But I thought he played outstanding, and we'll see what happens. But the guys around him are playing really well too. It's good to see Mike break one and get a long run as well.
Defense, some things that you didn't see last game. Sacks, Quincy had a couple, and Xavier 14 tackles and a pick. A lot better game for him.
Wasn't that something? So last week, I think we had 5 tackles out of those 2 guys. Today we had 24 or 25. We had 4 sacks. We had 10 negative yardage plays. We challenged this week, and I think you all know that I said we need more production out of the front 7. And we got it against no disrespect to A&M, but a better team this week than what we played last week. So obviously we're starting SEC play, and we needed that going into SEC play. But I knew Sorey was going to have a good game just because he was so low and down about the game that he played last week. So, but we got production out of the front seven, and that was good to see.
Touchdown in the first 10 minutes. What do you think fed into that hot start, and how important was it that they didn't have a lot of oxygen early in the game?
I just think it was damn good coaching, you know. Yeah, we take it for everything that ain't. Our coaches had those kids ready and they were ready to play. They knew the significance of this game to the great state of Arkansas. They knew it, and we had pounded it into them, and they knew it. And like I said, it felt like we was at home out here. And I know A-State had some good loyal fans come too, but I just think that, you know, offensively, I wouldn't trade Bobby Petrino for nobody, and I wouldn't trade Taylor Green either. And so those guys know how to get guys ready to score. And defensively, they wouldn't have scored if we don't. And you can't say that. So I'm gonna we had too many damn penalties on the drive that they scored, and they earned it. I'm not saying that, but other than that, they ran a damn kickoff back on us, and we got to get that fixed. Which I don't know if they even returned another one after that. I don't think they did. So we've got to get that fixed. But I think our kids were ready to play, and it showed. And a lot of times you're ready to play and it doesn't work out so that fast. I mean, that was fast. But it was just, we keep telling we've got explosive players, and we just got to get the ball to them.
Your cornerbacks, it looked to me like Kanai Walker, is showing up, and Julian Neal on the other side. Can you talk about them and maybe your pass defense and how you limited Rayner?
Well, first of all, I thought we pushed the pocket pretty good, you know, and the ball had to come out. We lost Katana. Well, we lost down the middle. He ran a few times. But Kanai has shown that now for a while. The Julians continue to get better. And you know, our secondary will hit you, you know, and so I think we're getting better back there, but I also think the faster we can make a guy throw the football, the better we become. But you know, they caught a few slant routes for 7 and 8 yards, which is going to happen to you. But other than that, I thought you know, they had 250 yards or whatever. And I think they're a good offensive football team. I do. I think they're going to win a lot of games, and I think they've got skill. And so we played pretty good, kept the quarterback didn't become a big problem like what I thought he might. You know, he had the opportunity to.
Sam, I know that obviously assess your team. You haven't seen the film from this one yet. After 2 games, how do you feel about where your team is right now?
Well, I like the guys on the team. I mean, they're very coachable. They're tough. I like the guys on the team, not just because we won. I mean, we're supposed to, but you don't always win the ones you're supposed to, but we have. I think we're pretty explosive on offense. I think our run defense has been pretty good the first 2 weeks, but you know, it depends on who you're playing. So I like our team. I like how we play, how hard we play. We're a pretty good tackling team. And we're able to play a little bit more man coverage than we have in the past. And I think that'll help us, and that'll help us go after the quarterback. But I really like this team. I like my coaches. Been a lot of fun, but you know, you like a lot of things when you're 2-0, and if he's 0-2, you'd hate everything, you know.
Backs today ran the ball into the end
Players,
zone.
aren't they? You know, Braylon made a really good run down there on the goal line. Mike broke second play of the game. Man, Corey Robinson had a hell of a block on that too. But yeah, I like our backs. They can catch it. They can run it. I tell you, they protect well tonight, you know. So I like where we're at. Rodney Hill came in and had some good runs there towards the end of the game. And so I think we're in good shape there at running back.
5 catches.
Say again.
The tight ends made 5 catches. How close is that group to the production?
Well, we'd like to get them all involved in all those things. We just, to answer your question, I was glad that Rohan Jones, caught a couple passes. I don't know if he caught two or three. I don't know, but I know the one because when he turned up, he was motoring, he's fast. But Platt's, that's the second game in a row. He's caught some contested, some hard catches. And Polska caught it one today, I guess, too. So, well, wanted to get us out of the goal line. So they're capable of doing more than that, but it's hard for me to, say how much whenever your wideouts are making so many plays,
Was that almost like a finally moment that with that connection?
It might have been for him, I want everybody to get all kinds of stuff, but I just want to score, and who throws it to them or who runs it and all that. We know who we're going to give the ball to, and we know who we're trying to get the ball to, but I was really happy for him, to answer your question.
I think the two biggest challenges you had for your team, and you've already talked about them, but defensive line, causing havoc, and then the offensive line and the whole group protecting Talon, and they responded. I mean, how encouraging is it early in the season to get that response to your challenges?
Well, it is, because if you're having a bunch of problems right now, you're in damn trouble going into the SEC. I mean, you just are. So we had some things that we needed to get fixed, and I don't know if we have it fixed or not, but I know that we played a lot better in those two categories that you just mentioned than we did a week ago.
Philip Lee, because he had 1.5 sacks today. You guys were searching for a second defensive end with Quincy. I mean, how good, important is it to see these kind of back?
Yeah, man, you look at those two guys and you got 3.5 sacks between the two of them, and regardless of who you're playing, you got to get back to the quarterback, and a lot of times you have to blitz to get there, and we didn't today. So we blitzed, but we didn't have to get that necessarily on those sacks. And so they'll both, I think Quincy's going to be really, really, really special, really special. And Philip is that guy that we needed to run the edge and make some sacks. So he's done that so far.
On that same note, you said this week that, their quarterback really elusive, getting him on the ground would be important. Quincy, third play, from scrimmage took him down. Just what'd you think of their ability to contain him today?
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous about him. And if we played him again, I'd be nervous about him too. He's a good player. But they bottled him up pretty good, and we hit him early. And that seems to always make a difference if you can get home early. And so I was really pleased that Quincy, I think, just won a one-on-one battle. He was over the right guard, I believe, on that play, won a one-on-one battle and got him on the ground. And like I say, he was elusive and got away from some sacks last week, but we were fortunate enough to get him on the ground.
Then after the kickoff return, made some changes of Devin Bale kicking off some too. Is that just a situational who kicks off right now, or is it a battle?
It's a battle. Let me make it very clear. It wasn't Ford's fault that we gave up a damn kickoff return. I mean, he kicked it to the goal line. We need to tackle the damn guy. And I know that's not what you meant, but there's a battle there. We'd like for Ford to handle it, and in practice, he averages a yard or two deeper, on the kickoff. We'd like for him to take a little bit off Dev, but Devin did it all last year. And so after that, we decided to put Devin back there, and he knocked hell out of it. So we'll continue that battle, but if we kick it to the goal line, the guy brings it out, we need to get his ass on the ground, and we didn't.
Wanted to just kind of follow up with Quincy. I was just wondering, did you see him playing with a different edge today, being back in Little Rock, being back in this area, and some of those other guys that are also Central Arkansas kids?
Man, I'd like to say yes. I really would. So yes. I did. I think that him coming back and playing in this stadium and I don't know. I just think he's getting better. But yes, I think playing here and playing in front of the fans here meant something to him and me and a lot of people.
He came out during that long drive. Is he have you gotten a report on Philip?
He had a rib deal, but I think he's gonna be fine. But he had ribs.
Yeah, similar question with Xavier, just,
Who?
sorry, he came out. Was that a cramp or how's he doing?
Sorry, man, I don't know. I'm not, I don't want that to go negative. I think he's just fine. But is he? Quad.
Bruce.
Quad.
Contusion.
Anything else?
That's good.
Okay. Go Hogs.